O di ba? Sa actual po, sa actual crowd, malayong malayo po sila. Sa kanila, sa views, kasi yung mga viewers po, kasama doon, mga Marcos supporters, nag-usyuso. Kung ano ang sagot niya sa mga banat ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Hindi nangangahulugan po na iboboto yung mga kandidato. Malinaw po sa survey, nangungulilat po ang mga kandidato ng Team Lagim. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. iGlow Serum Whitening po siya. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect before and now. Yung mga inquiries po ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa kanyang Facebook account, Riz Maravillas. Bumanat na naman po ng propaganda yung Team Lagim. Kinumpir nila yung views sa live stream. Yan po. Sabi ng mga taga-Team Lagim, views pa lang panalo na. 1.5 million yung views ng PDP Laban page. Tapos sa bagong alyansa ng Bagong Pilipinas sa Iloilo City, 59.8 pala. 59.8 thousand views. Diyan niya, Mr. Maravillas, ang masasabi mo. Hindi nangahulugan po na nanood sa kanilang live streaming. Iboboto yung Team Lagim. Ibig bang sabihin, ako, yung mga Marcos supporters, siyempre nanood kasi expected na babanat si Digong. Dahil tinawag mga kababayan na Team Lagim. Hindi man po nangangahulugan mga kababayan na pag nanood sa kanila, buboto. Tama po? Napakaraming mga Marcos supporters nanood sa kanila kasi siyempre curious kung ano yung sasabihin ni Digong sa kanilang proclamation rally. Iko-compare siyempre yung mga kandidato, lalo't nauna po na naglunsad ng kick-off rally yung Team Liwanag sa Ilocos Norte at bumanat doon ang ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Nasabi ng ating Pangulo, yung mga kandidato ng PDP Laban, ang ibaan niya, nautosan na bumili ng suka, nabigyan na ng COC. O diba? Siyempre, normal, yung mga Marcos supporters po, manonood doon sa kanilang live streaming para bantayan kung ano yung sasabihin ni Digong bilang sagot sa ating Pangulo na first time na bumanat. Pero hindi nangangahulugan na yung mga nanood po, tulad ko, nanood din po ako sa Team Lagim purposely para malaman kung ano ang sasabihin nila. Hindi nangangahulugan, nabuboto po. Tama? Propaganda na naman po yung mga fake news peddlers. Ayan o. Views pa lang niya, panalo na. Malabo po na manalo ang Team Lagim. Pinanood lang ng mga mamamayang Filipino. Kasi normal sa atin ang mag-usyoso. Lalo na po, mainit yung sagutan. Pero makikita natin naman po sa crowd ng Team Liwanag at saka Team Lagim. Kaya nga po ginawa lang sa Club Filipino kasi wala man silang mahikayat na mga taong mag-attend. O diba? Hindi nga siguro yun mag 2,000 yung pumunta doon sa Club Filipino. Ngayon po, nagsisiksikan sila dyan sa loob ng Club Filipino sa Green Hills, San Juan City. Yan o. Nasa labas, hindi makapasok nga eh. Yan ang crowd nila, mga kababayan na hinakot. Ito mga tawa ni Pacquiao. Yan man lang po. Hindi po mga 3,000 to 4,000 lang, mga kababayan siguro yung crowd nila. Tingnan niyo naman po ang crowd ng Team Liwanag sa Iloilo City. 60,000 crowd, Sea of Red with PBBM as of 4 p.m. Yan po. Ganyan karami. Ganyan karami po yung tao. Tingnan naman ninyo yung crowd. Yan po, mga kababayan. Tingnan ninyo ang crowd. Matindi po yung crowd. Si Andrew Yan. O di ba? Sa actual po, sa actual crowd, malayo po sila. Sa kanila, sa views, kasi yung mga viewers po, kasama doon, mga Marcos supporters, nag-usyuso. Kung ano ang sagot niya sa mga banat ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Hindi nangangahulugan po na iboboto yung mga kandidato. Malinaw po sa survey, nangungulilat po ang mga kandidato ng Team Lagim. Tama po yung ating mga analysis. Huwag kami mga fake news peddlers. Malabo po yung mga propaganda po ninyo. Another propaganda. The other day may pinapakalat sila ng mga fake news peddlers ng Team Lagim na yung first cousin daw ni First Lady Lisa Marcos hinuli dahil sa pang-scam. Hinuli nga po. Tama kayo na hinuli sa pang-scam. Pero hindi nangangahulugan na may kinalaman yung First Lady, si Lisa Marcos. Yung palasyo nga po yung nag-announce. Sabi rito, inanunsyo ng Malacanang ngayong Huwebes. Kahapon po, Pebrero 13, ang pagkakaaresto nung Martes kay Maggie Catso na tumakbo sa pagkagobernador sa lalawigan ng Guimaras dahil sa umano'y panggagamit ng pangalan ng kanyang kamag-anak na si First Lady Lisa Araneta Marcos sa mga illegal na aktibidad. Ayon sa Criminal Investigation and Detection Group Director na si Police Major General Nicolas Torre III. Padaling sabi po, hindi kinukonsinte. At saka sabi sa Bible po, ang kasalanan ng magulang, hindi kasalanan ng anak. Ang kasalanan ng anak, hindi din kasalanan ng magulang. Lalo na kung kamag-anak. Kamag-anak man lang, ibig bang sabihin, ginawa ng kamag-anak, kasalanan na ni Lisa Marcos. Tama po? Hindi nga po kinonsinte. Ito yung report ng Billionaire News. Sabi diyan, arrest of First Lady Lisa Marcos relative ordered by Malacanang according to CIDG. Pakinggan natin mga kababayan yung sinasabi ni General Torre.
Maggie Catso na nagpapakilala ng very close relative ng First Family. Based on the directive ng Malacanang mismo, that was relayed through the OSCE, Office of the Special Envoy for Transnational Crime, si Ambassador Marcos Lacanilao. Siya ang nagbigay sa amin ng trabaho to, siya ang nagbigay sa amin ng information, at kami ang nag-build up. Because there were reports that the name of the First Family is being used dyan sa area na yan ng Visayas ng isang tao na nagpapakilala na kaya niyang mag-influensya para maaprubahan ang mga proyekto at mga promotion and appointments.
Malinaw po. Hindi kinukonsinti po yung kamag-anak. At saka sabi natin, kahit sa Bible po, ang kasalanan ng ama, hindi kasalanan ng anak. Or ang kasalanan ng anak, kasalanan ng ama. Lalo pa kung kamag-anak lang. Yan po malinaw, Ezekiel 18 verse 19 to 23. The son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the father, nor the father suffer for the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon himself, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon himself. Kung ano ang nagawa na kasalanan po ng relative ni Lisa Marcos, dapat panagutan niya yun. Unless inutusan ni Lisa Marcos yung kanyang kamag-anak na manloko. Di ba? Pero kung wala man po, ginagamit nga po yung pangalan ng First Lady. And because of that, mismo yung Palasyo Malacanang yung nag-utos na hulihin itong nagpapakilalang relative ni Lisa Marcos. Tapos gagamitin ninyong paninira sa First Family kay Lisa Marcos. Palibasa, si Lisa Marcos, mga kababayan, patuloy na nagniningning ngayon. Na-invite po sa World Government Summit sa Dubai. World Government Summit. Nagsalita siya doon The First Lady of the Philippines. Pakinggan natin mga kababayan si Philam.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm truly honored to be part of this year's World Government Summit. Thank you for giving me a chance to lend my voice to this crucial discussion on climate change. You know, whenever I hear the term climate change, I find myself smirking. Not because I take the issue lightly, but because my husband, President Marcos, takes it very seriously. He never misses a chance to lecture on the subject. So one day, over lunch, with my sons, my husband asked them, "Do you know just how serious climate change is?" And my eldest son immediately got his phone, consulted ChatGPT, and replied, "Dad, according to my friend Chat, it's unfair to lecture us about climate change. After all, this is a problem caused by your generation, and now our generation has to deal with the consequences." My husband was momentarily speechless. Then my other son chimed in and said, "And by the way, Dad, we shouldn't call it climate change. We should call it climate crisis." And they were right. We're indeed facing a crisis. And I'd like to share with you today some insights from our country, from where we sit. Our country is among the most vulnerable nations to climate change. For 3 consecutive years, we have been ranked the most at-risk country in the world by the World Risk Index. The most at-risk country. So what does this mean in real terms? Just 4 months ago, between October and November 2024, our country endured an unprecedented 6 tropical cyclones in less than a month. On October 24, Super Typhoon Christine struck. On October 26, just 2 days later, another super typhoon, Leon, followed. On November 7, 11 days after that, Typhoon Marcy made a landfall. On November 11, 4 days after Typhoon Marcy, Typhoon Nika arrived. By the way, for those of you who do not know why typhoons are named after women, it's because women are unpredictable and on a rampage. So, 4 days after that, Typhoon Nika arrived, and on November 14, 3 days later, Super Typhoon Ophel struck. Wow, talk about rampage. Then on November 16, if this weren't enough, just 2 days later, Super Typhoon Pepita hit us, and it hit us hard. The devastation was staggering. 13 million lives were affected. And to this day, many of our countrymen are still struggling to rebuild and to recover. In some areas, relief operations were hindered because the storms wiped out the power and communication grids. I personally visited the families who lost their loved ones. And there's one story I'll never forget. I'm going to cry. I met a fisherman from Batangas. Batangas is a province that's known for its beautiful beaches and mild weather. Historically, typhoons rarely hit this province. But last year, for the first time ever, a powerful typhoon caused relentless rainfall, triggering massive flooding and landslides. This fisherman, his name was Edwin Mendoza, saw a nearby house collapsing because of the raging river. And so he rushed over to save the people inside. They were submerged in water, they couldn't swim, so he rushed there to save them. He managed to rescue them, but when he returned home, he found his whole house buried in mud. His entire family was lost in the landslide. That's him over there. I met him a week after this incident, and he was still in shock. I'll never forget the look in his eyes. It was really, wow. I guess what I'm trying to say, apart from all the drama, is that climate change is not just about statistics. It has a human face, a face that belongs to millions of families suffering the consequences of a crisis that they did not create. So what is our commitment? Despite being a developing nation, our country is deeply committed to climate change. As part of our broader socio-economic transformation, we are working towards a 75% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. We have also launched, or my husband has also launched, a national adaptation plan to strengthen the resilience of our communities, particularly in infrastructure and energy. The unfortunate truth, however, is that no country can solve this crisis alone. We need global solidarity. The time to act is now. Let's please harness innovation and collaborate across borders to develop real, lasting solutions. There's three things. The second, let us share our best practices and technologies to ensure a just energy transition. And lastly, let us please empower future generations with the knowledge and tools to tackle climate challenges head on. I think we must all do our part, and we must do it together. Let's not wait for another crisis to force us into action. The time to act is now. Shukran.
Kita ninyo? Yan yung ating First Lady. Hindi man po siya official ng gobyerno. Hindi man natin siya ibinoto. Hindi man siya yung Vice Presidente na sumusweldo sa ating gobyerno. Pero nagtatrabaho para sa kapakanan ng ating bansa. Si Sara nandun po sa Japan. After na ma-impeach ng Congress, nagpa-Japan-Japan, pahapon-hapon, pa-relax-relax. Ayan po. Sige lang ang lamon. Sayang talaga pasweldo rito. Kita ninyo ang pagkakaiba ng ating Pangulo at First Lady, tapos yung Vice Presidente. Sa mga naghanap ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. We also offer Grab Car Rental with our brand new 2023 model ng Toyota Innova. We also accept booking for those who are planning to travel via PAL, Cebu Pacific, and other airline companies, local and international, and bills payment for Meralco Bills, PLDT, Aleco Bills, etc. Ang Colossal Fitness Gym is located at 3rd floor Security Bank Building, Landco Business Park, Legazpi City, Albay. For inquiries, look for Chilon Maravillas, contact number 0966-802-0949. Yan yung aming Innova. Lagi na pong matao sa amin. Pati mga foreigners po, tingnan ninyo. Mga British tourists sila. Ang lalaki ng katawan na, mga kababayan, nag-gym sa amin. Ito naman po, Indian National. Ito mga mga European sila. Ito naman yung bago naming product na binibenta online, Eye Glow Serum. Whitening po siya galing sa South Korea. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect entrepreneur, Riz Maravillas. For inquiries, look for Riz Maravillas on FB. Ito naman po, Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapahid po ito sa mga pulses and affected area. Mainam po ito sa mga pains at paninigas na mga kasukasuan. Ito po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application. Anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Nengxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Hindi man po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry may anti-cancer properties. Yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiritso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos po, ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.